I'm going to do something called fun with screenshots. I didn't want to do this actually against another creator because it would be really, really uncool of me to do and make me an even bad person. Because essentially what I can do, I have two phones. I can save somebody in my phone, put their name, I can put a profile picture that I find of them online, and I can have a conversation with myself.
And it's so funny how screenshots work. I mean, people reach out to me during this time, and even somebody actually sent me these screenshots from her. And I don't know if they're true or not. I mean, I was sent these. This is a person that I've talked to a few different times. It was actually, they reached out to me through TikTok.
Oh, do you have evidence the screenshot showed Creepshow? Creepshow said on her Instagram story they're fake. I'd have to believe that they are, but then if she said on her Instagram story that she's already reaching out, they're probably real. She probably used the same person that got my screenshots cut up. I don't know.
Did this full-grown, fully formed human man literally just make a video talking about how he is going to make fake screenshots and then make a video about me using fake screenshots that are so obviously fake because I have never said LOL unironically in my own McFrickin' chicken life? Yeah, you bet he did. And he did that proudly on his channel. And I am just tired. I am so tired. So this might in fact be the weirdest video I have ever had to make, like full stop. Like I know I made a video going over the 3-month long period of time, which is somehow still in 2020, where Sexy Vegan, yes, that Sexy Vegan, was constantly sending me DMs trying to catfish me and was DMing me at like 1 in the morning every day because he really liked the video I made on him before, which you know, was completely normal and not strange at all. But then after he sent me a message about a girl giving him an STD, which I never responded to, he went full nice guy on me because I stopped responding to him. I never thought the video I made on that situation would be topped, but no, I think this video, I think this beats that one fully. Like this might maybe just beat out Sexy Vegan telling me that I am a fat nobody who he'd never sleep with and ending it with telling me how lonely he is. Because today I'm actually responding to a video that was made on me by a former mental health channel who I called out for talking inappropriately with a minor, which they admitted to. You know, you remember that guy who was called out and exposed for using his personal private phone number as a mental health tip line, and he talked to a 16-year-old about if she smelled and if her ass stank, and that was something he admitted to, by the way. Yeah, he made a video about me, and I'm going to be responding to him because for some reason he thought it would be smart or good, or just it would behoove him to make a video where he posted fake DMs of me admitting to being in a relationship with a minor when I was 22, which never happened. And that's just so baffling and stupid. And he's on video months before saying he was going to do it. So I don't know.
I'm going to do something called fun with screenshots. I didn't want to do this actually against another creator because it would be really, really uncool of me to do and make me an even bad person. Because essentially what I can do, I have two phones. I can save somebody in my phone, put their name, I can put a profile picture that I find of them online, and I can have a conversation with myself.
Part of me thought that during my week off or so, where I was literally dying from my body's reaction to hydrocodone, that I would come back and things would be peachy keen. That I would just return to the internet and find it all neat and tidy, and there'd be nothing to talk about or do or say. But no, everything is still terrible, and it's so fun. I'm having a great time online. This is so nice for me. However, before we get into the meat and potatoes, those thick little boys of this video, I want to once again do another creator shout out because this time it's for a channel that straight up helped me stay sane while I was really going through it this past week, and that person is Christopher Tom here on YouTube. Christopher is a YouTuber who makes incredible deep dive content. And my best guess is that you probably have watched at least one of his videos, that being the Fall of Boogie 2988, which is currently sitting at almost 4 million views, which is a lot. And like most videos that hit that number, it's because he made something truly interesting to watch, and his content is excellent. Chris's videos are amazing, well thought out, and impressive, especially for the depths at which he dives into his topic. Like where people like me and other commentary channels will kind of talk about generalities or situations and not go fully into it, Chris goes dick deep, and his videos really immerse you into the subject matter. And it's truly commendable, seeing as there is no guarantee here on YouTube that any work you do will be rewarded. But Chris puts in time, effort, and love, and he deserves all the love and support in the world for it. I have been watching his content for at least a year now, starting with his video on Boogie 2988, and I adore his content, mainly because it's what I watch when I'm going through anything mentally and I need to zone out, or when I'm working out. It's just perfect to listen to, and I truly know some of his videos by heart at this point, which is weird. It's weird that I can recite his words back to him, but like, I mean that in the nicest of all ways. His content is amazing amazing, and 10 out of 10, he should have all the subscribers in the world and all the success that comes along with that. I'm going to go ahead and link his channel in the description box down below, and I'm going to seriously encourage all of you guys to check him out. It's actually alarming to me that he only has 63,000 subscribers because his work is deserving of so many more eyes on it, and I just hope you guys go check him out and agree with me on that, if anything. My current favorite video of his is the one about Nikocado Avocado, but honestly, watch any of his videos, they're all fantastic. You can't go wrong. So once again, go check Chris out. I'm leaving my main man in the description, and with that, let's get into this video, because for some reason, I have to respond to a man saying that my videos are akin to me dealing heroin. He said I deal heroin, which is definitely an analogy that can be made. Seems legit, doesn't seem hyperbolic at all. So let's do this, shall we? So let me refresh you guys a little bit and start at the beginning with who is Eric B. Zink. For those of you who don't know, this is Eric. Eric is or was a mental health YouTuber and TikToker who was known for making pretty helpful content regarding mental health. His content was pretty much him trying to send positivity and understanding to people who were struggling with their mental health, which is something that he had been working on and doing for years on YouTube under the name Driven Industries. The first time I ever personally interacted with Eric was over a year and some change ago when I was originally calling the Rewired Soul out for his bullshit, because Eric was right there on the front lines showing how mental health advocacy should look like in comparison. Eric was right there calling Chris out, showing how you could use YouTube and social media responsibly, and at the time I thought nothing of him. He was just a guy making videos on a similar subject matter and everything was easy peasy lemon squeezy. But of course, it could not stay like that. No. Jesus, God, and Walter Elias Disney all looked at me, flipped me off a little bit, and said fuck you directly into my mouth for expecting things not to get weird. Because of course, this is the internet. Everything goes to shit here. In September of this year, it came out that Eric, who had used his personal phone number as a mental health hotline of sorts, had been talking inappropriately with a fan who had been in crisis, who was also 16 years old. He was saying incredibly weird, inappropriate things like asking her if her armpit smelled, asking her if it smelled worse when she farted, and just all in all, taking things to a very weird, very smelly, and frankly, seemingly really fetishy place, which is entirely inappropriate. It also should be noted that no licensed mental health therapist or professional or just average human person would talk to a 16-year-old who is struggling with their mental well-being like this, namely because it's just weird. Now, before I go any further, it might be important for some of you guys to know that I, personally, me, Shannon, the person behind here, have dealt with a lot of mental health issues in my time. I have been diagnosed with clinical depression since I was a child. I have generalized anxiety disorder, been struggling with that for years, and I also deal with PTSD from my time being homeless. I have received a fair bit of help with my mental health because, quite frankly, my head is not a wonderful place to be all the time, and it's never going to be a wonderful place to be 100% of the time. And I realized that I needed to seek help for a lot of the issues that I personally deal with and I struggle with. So when I say something like no mental health professional would talk to a 16-year-old who's in crisis like this, I mean it. I am not pulling that out of my ass. I'm saying that because it would not happen, and if it did, you're going to the wrong therapist, man. No person should talk to a child, a minor, in this way when they're in crisis. I also forgot to mention that this man also was using an OnlyFans account, which normally I would have no issue with because sex work is work. I have no problem with this. Had he also not been trying to sleep with his fans, who once again were people who came to him because mentally vulnerable and needed mental health help, which to me is just such a huge power imbalance and incredibly screwed up in my perspective. Like, if you have of-age fans, that's fine. But if you're talking about being a mental health professional and also saying you want to sleep with your fans who are coming to you for your mental health, it doesn't make sense. It's so creeptastic, and I still have such an issue with that.
Nothing better than being one of the largest mental health advocates, founder of a nonprofit. Put your number out there every single day for people to know that they're all right. Somebody asks you, why do you have an OnlyFans page? Well, sometimes people gotta be filled with positivity.
Now I, like most people who stumbled across the fact that this mental health advocate had used his crisis tip line as a way to text with a 16-year-old and ask her how she smelled, I was really grossed out. I thought his actions were incredibly gross, and I was watching so many other content creators at that time call him out. Creators like Drama and Opinion, Unmumsy Musings, Miss Jiffy, and more. And not only was I grossed out by his actions with the 16-year-old, I was also grossed out by his actions in response to him being called out. Eric, in response to all these videos coming out, all these TikToks showing what he had said and done, showing his actions, took it upon himself to go to his local police department and get a card with a filing number, not a police report. He got a card with a filing number to say that he's shown the police everything that had happened and that they said it wasn't against the law. It made it seem like everyone else who was upset with him was simply blowing everything out of proportion.
Don't talk to everybody like they're null. I learned that, and that's my fault. I had an OnlyFans page, I took that down too. It was 18 plus content, I shared it was, but it's down. Everything happening on TikTok right now based off of 2 screenshots that are going around. Yes, 2 screenshots. Shows that mental health and mental illness in society in general, you can be judged off of 2 screenshots. There should have been 12 screenshots. But little information can go a long way, not all the information. The La Palma, California Police Department. I spent part of the morning there. Right here is the card and the report number of everything I went through and showed them. They made a report. They said there's nothing that to do, but I'm big on keeping myself accountable. So for anyone that's questioned if I would take a step to the police, that's the police department. Here's the report number for the La Palma Police Department, because I will keep myself accountable for anything and everything I ever do that's questioned.
Even though, in reality, I think we can all agree, all of us in a circle can go one by one and say, yes, I agree with this statement, that texting a 16-year-old girl at 3 a.m., asking her if her pits smell, and if her ass smells, and if she's gonna fart soon, while it might not be illegal, it's definitely unethical, and not something that a mental health professional, advocate, or otherwise should do. If this was someone's therapist, if I had a 16-year-old daughter and she was talking to her therapist like this at 3 a.m, that's a quick, swift no, my guy. We can all agree that while you might miss jail time, that no one should rely on you for mental health guidance or advice, my guy, because of your actions. That's what it was. And it's truly that simple. Now that is bare bones what Eric did. There's a lot more. He tried to deflect by saying, well, now nobody's going to get mental health help because you guys are treating me this way. How very dare you? He tried to throw everyone under the bus and say anyone who was upset with his actions just hated mental health. And he, of course, continued to pretend to be a victim and say people were taking the screenshots out of context, while also stating that he agreed he was being inappropriate in them, and all in all, it was a complete shit show. It was incredibly gross, and most of his audience kind of turned and said, you know what, we're not going to deal with this, we're done. We're not handling this. Cut to now. And him recently making a video on me in which he says my content is apparently like heroin, and I'm a heroin dealer, and I'm causing people to harm themselves, and that yes, for some reason, he includes that I am a child groomer, because that's an irrational response to criticism, I guess. That's a rational response to people saying, hey, don't text 16-year-olds at 3 a.m. asking if they smell bad. Maybe don't. I swear, the more time goes on, the less people are able to handle themselves, just generally. So let's get into his video, shall we?
Yeah, shit show art. Or creep show art, whatever you want to say. She actually did a drama video on me about some shit that I went through back in September when I had somebody decide to cut up some screenshots.
She made a drama about me where I was going through some stuff in September. Okay, this is him downplaying what happened, but the stuff that you were going through in September was literally you talking to a minor at 3 a.m. in an inappropriate manner, which you admitted to yourself. And I only talked about the things you admitted to. And I was one of numerous creators who talked about the things you admitted to and said they were inappropriate. So how is that wrong of me to do? Like, actually ask yourself, how is me talking about things you've done that you admitted to doing that you admit were wrong? That's not cool of me to do. Why? Because it hurts your feelings? Because I don't care about your feelings. I care about people not associating with you and not treating you like a mental health advocate when you're being inappropriate with your fans to the point of trying to sleep with a mentally vulnerable on your OnlyFans page. That's what I care about.
And it's so funny how screenshots work. I mean, people reach out to me during this time, and even somebody actually sent me these screenshots from her. And I don't know if they're true or not. I mean, I was sent these. This is a person that I've talked to a few different times. It was actually, they reached out to me through TikTok.
Somebody sent me these screenshots from her. Now, first off, the fact that I even have to talk about these screenshots are laughably bad. Like, these are so fake, it's ridiculous. First off, where's the date? Where's the time? Why is this person using a photo of me from over 5 fucking years ago as an icon? I mean, I truly love the photo, but you literally said in this video,
I'm gonna do something called fun with screenshots. I didn't want to do this actually against another creator because it would be really, really uncool of me to do and make me an even bad person. I have 2 phones. I can save somebody in my phone, put their name, I can put a profile picture that I find of them online, and I can have a conversation with myself.
So you found an old photo of me online that's super old and posted it like okay, this seems more than a bit sus. Also, I want to point out that never in my fucking life have I ever started a conversation by saying, what's that? Like that one commercial that there was a guy who would say, "What's up?" And it was nostalgia. I don't know. I've never started a conversation with that. I have never done that. That is literally, to me, it reeks of 40-year-old trying to pretend to be a 20-year-old type bullshit. And seeing as that is exactly what you're doing here, Eric, with these fake screenshots that you made, I don't know why you would think this would work. I don't know why you would think anyone would believe I would start a conversation with "What's up?" Does it seem like something I would say? Has anyone ever seen me say that? No. Also, let it be known that I have an iPhone, so my texts would not appear like this. It just would not happen. But let's read the text, shall we? I start by saying, "What's up?" They say, "Not much, you." I say, "Oh, you know, just being me," which is such a classic saying. Like, how are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm just being me. When people ask me, Shannon, how I am, I don't immediately unload emotional baggage or just say fine. I state, I'm just being me, which is essentially like saying nothing. It's like when someone says, oh, you would do that after you've told them something you've done. It's a pointless statement. I would never say something like this. That's so stupid. But this person goes on to say, I can tell. You always are, LOL. How's YouTube been? And I apparently respond with, been good, doing my thing, exposing people, LOL. Again, fun fact, I have never said LOL unironically. The only times I have ever used LOL in text is when I am being a cunt-ass bitch or being sarcastic. So the idea that I am talking to someone like this is just really annoying. And I don't know, if you're going to pretend to be me, do it right. Also, I would never talk about my videos like this. If someone knows my YouTube videos, I wouldn't describe them as just exposing people. I don't come online and think, who am I exposing today, like a little gremlin? This is literally an adult male who doesn't know how females act, writing a parody, and I'm dying, doing my thing, exposing people. Who talks like that? Nobody, especially not me, Jesus Christ. There's an alarm going off outside. Should I continue? Yes, I should. The other person allegedly, that's not the right word. Why did I say allegedly? This didn't fucking happen. This is Eric making fake screenshots. But the other person apparently says, you're an ass. And I say, come on, it's what I do for a living. You know that. And nope. Once again, this obviously is fake because that would literally never happen because this is not what I do for a living. A lot of you guys know that I do YouTube on the side because I find it... God, that alarm is killing me. I find it to be an entirely unreliable income. Most of my YouTube income either goes to paying bills that are left over from my original job or to charity. I make the majority of my money offline though, which is why I cover so many topics that are not specifically ad friendly because I am not in this for money. So the idea that I'm like, LOL, I'm doing this for a living. Oh my God, you know this is what I do. This is how I make my money, brah. LOL, that's how I'm talking. That's just so blatantly false. And it would have been a lot funnier if he tried a bit harder, honestly. Like, just watch a couple of my videos, get how I talk down, parody me right. But it continues with whoever this person is saying, yeah, I don't know. One day you might be LOL. And he means one day I might be the exposed one, as if I haven't already been critiqued online before. And I say, what? How, LOL? Again, I would never type like this. This is offensive. And they respond, well, the minor thing, for fuck's sake, LOL. Now, this is something that I think is really pointed because in the original screenshots of him talking inappropriately with a minor, he didn't know what for fuck's sake meant. He didn't know FFS. So I think him putting it in here, because in my video I said, he's an adult man. He doesn't know what this acronym means because he's an older adult man. And I made a joke about that. And so I think this is him really sticking it to me. Like he's flipping me off by saying, for fuck's sake here. Like, oh, look, I know things.
She responds with a classic for fuck's sake, which should have informed him that he was being creepy and weird. However, he's a 40-year-old who is in a conversation with a minor, so he doesn't understand that that's code for this is fucking weird, please stop. And simply went on to say, what does FFS mean? And continues to say, well, there's no fucking if you smell bad, then no babies.
But then I respond with, hey, he wasn't that much younger than me. And he says, true, 22 with a 16-year-old ain't all that bad these days. And I respond with, it was 5 years ago. It's fine now, LOL. Why you gotta hash it up, LOL? Anyway, what's going on? That's not why I texted. So obviously, what this adult man is trying to say is that 5 years ago, when I was 22, I dated a 16-year-old. Which didn't fucking happen, and that's so obviously untrue, because I've only dated two people my entire adult life, and neither of them were underage. And I have been pretty solidly with one singular person, that being my fucking husband, for about 7 years now, and on and off with my husband for 10 years. So this makes literally no sense whatsoever. Like, who? Who did I date? Who's coming forward to say I dated them when I was 22 and they were 16? No one. Because I don't even know where I would have met a 16-year-old. Where would I have met this person? Who were they? Why were they? This is such batshit baloney. It's like, just to clarify again, so you guys know how insane this is, this man is accusing me of dating a minor when I was 22, something that could not have happened. 1, because I don't use an Android phone, and that's obviously where these came from. 2, I have never said LOL as much as these texts are saying. 3, there's no date, time, or anything on these screenshots to verify them. 4, because I have been with one singular man for 7 years now and don't even know how to contact a 16-year-old if I tried. There's so many more things that I could add to make this less believable, but come on, this man is so pissed that I talked about something that he full out admitted to doing, something that he stated multiple times he did and apologized for, that he decided he was going to come online and put out blatantly false allegations out there, fake screenshots, and pretend that me talking about him is somehow the same as him faking screenshots and faking this right now, even though he admitted to doing what I talked about and he's making up fake screenshots and lying. But alright, sure. I was gonna go over the whole video and go over how he calls me a heroin dealer and go over all the fallacies that he brings up, but I don't know. I don't think I have the patience for that. Something about this grown-ass adult man making a video where he just straight up lies and states that I am somehow a child groomer and uses screenshots that he himself made. It's pathetic. This man is pathetic. Am I surprised? No, I am not. It's 2020, the world is terrible, and I'm sure if I wanted to, I could pursue action with this. So with all that being said and done, let me know what you guys think. I've never had someone fake screenshots so obviously about me, in such an obvious, malicious way. So we'll see what I'll do about that. Also, go and subscribe to Christopher Tom, go send him some love, and with that, I am out of here. Later.